10 minutes.
Even 10 minutes is a long time to be away from you.
Hello? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Is this thing on? I would ask Sen if he can hear me now, but if the settings are skewed on his end, then that's not gonna make any difference. There should be music, and it should be my voice. It's showing up in OBS, so... Hi. There we go. Switching over to this end to show you a slightly different angle today. Hopefully having things more in frame. Hi. It's me. There we go. So... I've already had... It's only 1 PM and I've already had a day? But that's mainly because I thought I had plans. I thought I had group therapy this morning. But I didn't. Because I was right about it shifting a week, because it's every other week, and in the other weeks I have one-on-one therapy. So I was right about it shifting a week, except I thought they'd be doing 2 weeks in a row, but they're skipping a week, so I don't have group therapy this week and next week. So yeah, but that kind of skewed my plans. So this will continue to be very bright because it's white, so my camera's trying to make this as bright as possible. It's not actually that bright in here, but okay, camera's going to struggle for a second because I'm going to turn on the light and show you that it... So this is when I have my light on, which makes it really easy for me to see all the details and bits and pieces, but then I'm not sure how much you can see. It's been 84 years. Hey, kamerplants. Welcome back. I hope you're well. I'm in a slightly different angle today, as I'm doing crafty bits and pieces, but it's, normally I'll show my table, and my camera will be facing down, because it's mounted on my ceiling. Hang on, I need to change my headphones. There we go. Not getting tangled in them constantly. But I've now put it at an angle, a diagonal, so you can see what I'm doing better, because I was working on this part, but that's not above my cutting mat, so it wasn't in frame. So yeah, get angled, nerd. Yes, deer antlers. I want to do a faun cosplay, because I have the ears, and they look fantastic. I posted them in my Discord, but also on Twitter, because that's where I'm most active these days. I know, it's a cesspool, but it's... I don't do well with change. Which is why I've had a day, because I had plans, and then apparently I didn't have plans. It's fine. So yeah, I've been working on these on Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. On stream anyway. I want to show you, if I can show you, maybe if I turn this one off again. Because, so this is a base of aluminium wire, some hot glue, and then covered in craft foam, or foam clay. There we go. And then it's been sanded, and you can see there's some texture on it. Texture? I've added some texture to it. Difficult to see because it's white and my camera is just making that super bright. But yeah, also it's supposed to be a headband or a hairband or whatever the fuck you call these. It's not a tiara, is it? Tiara has crown-like bits on it. Hi, Sen. You're simply fawning over that idiot texture with a good old foil ball or actually manual? Actually manual. So I have, showing off my power tool again, but this is a drum with sandpaper. This is a rotary tool. My flexible shaft grinder. Official name of the tool, by the way. And then I've used that to create the ridges in it and sand it down. There we go. What I also did, but that didn't go as well as I planned. I used Mod Podge to add more detail on the base because there'll be some tiny bits and pieces on it. But foam is porous, so it just absorbed it all. So what I'll do, I want to make the tips a bit more pointy. I'm tangled in my headphones again. Give me 1 second. Oh, there we go. Sometimes you need a shaft to grind. Maybe some all filler? Eh? I don't know. But thankfully I ordered these in bulk. So I have more of these, which I'll be doing later. I have my... I can show you here, actually. I need to get used to this new angle. I got the Mod Podge. I got more hot glue sticks. Water, because I'll be needing that. But also my hardware box that has all these tiny drums and different grits for my tool, from 60 all the way to 400. Which slightly different. Okay, this is the 400 is the smoothest one I have on these drums thingies. But this is also my hardware box for leatherworking, so there's a whole bunch of different stuff in there as well. But yeah, drums. So yeah, I'll be turning the light back on. Mod Podge problem, you could use some, I'll feel like the caulk pasting. Yeah. The Mod Podge actually it does create a layer, but it I made the Mod Podge actually like bubbly, bubble texture, and some of that's been absorbed, but I'm just going to add several layers of Mod Podge to this eventually. Which is also why it's okay that these ridges are a bit wider and deeper than I wanted them to be. Another thing I made, because if you type !cosplay, it'll tell you that I'm making a faun cosplay, which is what this is for. And I have a goal up currently on my throne wishlist for heelless pony boots. They're expensive, but I need those to make the proper hoofs for this cosplay. So that it actually looks like my legs are digit great and not just flat feet on the ground. And if this goal is met before September, then I'll be doing a full playthrough of Cult of the Lamb, which I've never played. I've seen many people play it, but I've not played it myself. But I want to do a full playthrough of that in cosplay. So naturally, I made myself some horns because we got our first donation already yesterday. So these are also made out of the same foam clay. And yeah, I've already put some detailing on them. And these will also be covered in Mod Podge, and these I can stick to my face. Once I get the... I do have the glue. I have the Mastix glue, but I don't have the... or Spirit Gum, but I don't have the Spirit Gum remover. So I won't be sticking anything on my skin. That includes the ears, by the way, which I'll show you, by the way, Camouflage. Give me a second. I'll show you the ears, because they're so good. Oh, that's fine. Ignore that. That is quite the goal. It is, and that is why it's not just a single stream in cosplay, it's a full playthrough. And that's also why we have until September to meet that goal, and not like, oh, by the end of this month, because that's not realistic. Exclusive preview. Here they are. My fawn ears that will be glued, yeah, to my ears, obviously. It would be weird to glue the fawn ears to my nose, wouldn't it? But yeah. And these will also be used in the lamb cosplay. As well as these horns. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, the headband's broke, but the good news is I can use my what is this in English again? I forget. Hot glue to fix them on? No. A vise? Huh. It doesn't ring a bell, but I'm trusting on it because I don't actually know. But this little fella over here can have multiple different angles, so I can make it so that you can see it and I can see it, and we'll have a good time. But yeah, not really a problem that the hairband broke, because then I can just pin them one at a time. It's fine. We'll fix it in post, chat. Yeah, I can just make another one of these headbands, because it broke because I stuck it to oh, I can't actually grab that because I stuck this to my mannequin with duct tape to make sure that it didn't go anywhere. And then I did remove the duct tape, but apparently I didn't remove enough of the duct tape, or not in time or whatever, and I snapped it in half. Oopsies! Lamp! RIP headband, you're gonna come back in like 5 minutes. Yeah. I ordered them in bulk. Also, hi Lyra, I hope you're well. They were a bulk order, so we're fine. Tighten this screw so it doesn't get all wobbly when I actually try to put it on. Do you not have a screwdriver, Finn? I do, but I'm lazy and my nails do the trick. My nails are sturdy like that. Like, actually. My nails have a ridiculous strength for some reason. Always have. But also flexible because I can just bend them and they won't break. It's kind of cool, kind of weird. I don't know. Yeah, this'll do. So we don't need a Mod Podge yet. We'll add some more foam clay first. Sounds. Duct tape, woohoo! Yeah, making. Oh, duct tapes! Woo! There we go. It took me a second. I had to read the rest of the sentence and not just woo duct tape. No, it's duct tapes. Woo. Events like that aren't expensive at all. No. Don't underestimate the nails of a crafter. They can turn them into screwdrivers whenever they want. I should keep them not shorter, but filed more because I've actually drawn blood with these unintentionally. Not just on myself, but others too. Which is not great. I don't know, where did I put my shit? Imagine being organized. Imagine not having ADHD. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, these are just silicone modelers. Modelers? I don't know. Sculpting bits. That's the official term. Because as long as it's moist, it's malleable. The foam clay. I want to give it sharper tips, but it's not. I think what I'll do is I'll make the tip as sharp as I want it to be, stick it on, and then work with foam around it to blend it in. Blood for the blood god. Imagine Dragon D's nuts! There you go, Lyra. I hope you're happy. There we go. Now blend that in. So yeah, I won't have therapy. Well, I didn't have therapy today, group therapy that is, and I won't have it next week either because I messed it up. I'm sure it's fine. I figured it's better than it's better to arrive at location and have them go, oh, but there's no session this week, instead of getting a call, hey, the fuck you at? blend that in. No, I love doing these tiny detailed things, right? Which you can't see. I think this is the best I can do today with the light. Because it's a white foam clay. Note to self, next time get the black or gray, probably the black one, foam clay, because it's just easier to show you. I can't remember why I got the white clay. There was a reason I got the white one and not the black one. But I cannot remember what the project was I originally bought this for. It's one of the things that lives in my stack of craft supplies, you know? Small whoopsie. Group therapy? Isn't that when all of us get together in a chat? I think officially one actually needs to be a licensed therapist to do that, and also it's I've been told it's better if you don't have any contact outside of just the group sessions. Which, you know, with all of us having ADHD, that doesn't happen often anyway, but... What looks easier to paint over? I don't know. I like the I like to also when I do miniature painting, you know, once in a blue moon, I do like to give them a black base first. Because I find that's easier to paint over. But I think it had something to do with that though, because otherwise I can't imagine why I wouldn't have grabbed the black. There we go, pointy. Is another highlight, black primer layer, exactly. Every ADHD group has the one person with the least amount of social anxiety that can actually reach out to others. I'm trying. I am trying. But my, whoops. But my social anxiety is, yeah. You think you're used to painting over white because of Bob Ross? I've never done a Bob Ross painting. Like, follow along or anything. Which is interesting, because one of my uncles used to be... he's retired now. But one of my uncles used to be a advertisement painter, I think is the best way to describe it. Like he would paint logos onto windows of shops and things like that. Really, really cool. And he does oil paintings in his spare time. I should give him a call. I've always wanted to learn, but you know, time, energy, that sort of thing. Investing in materials, because oil paint is a whole different ballpark from the acrylics that I'm used to. Yeah. Actually, I might not be brave enough to call. I think I think texting is texting is brave enough for now. It's fun to live without ADHD. Combine that with some anxiety. Or something like that. Painting stream with Uncle Short Stuff when? I won't have any of my family members on stream because I wouldn't even know how to begin explaining what streaming is. My dad has only recently discovered YouTube, and he's very excited because every time I'm like, oh yeah, I need to figure out how to do that. He's like, have you tried YouTube? There's tutorials on there. He's very proud, very excited. It's kind of cute. But my dad is 65. He's the youngest out of 10 siblings. So they're also not really tech savvy. That and English is not my native language. And you know, when I communicate with my family, which is not very often, but we do that in my local dialect, which would not only dox me, probably, but would also be impossible to have you understand chat, let alone get closed captions. I have thought about it because I would love to be able to do some crafting with my dad, because my dad loves to craft and tinker as well. Not in the detailed kind of things that I do, like with this, but like the bigger things. Like for instance, when I do leather work, I use what they call a stitching pony, which is basically this big wooden clamp that holds your project in place. So it's so you have your hands free, because with leather stitching you need 2 needles and 2 sides at the same time. So, yeah. He's rapidly dropping painting wisdom, and you're just like, chat, what do you say? Well, yeah. But because, like, my dad's not diagnosed, but it's pretty clear that the ADHD is also from his side. Yeah. By the time I translated what he said, we would both have forgotten what it was about and then start over, and it would just, like, the flow would be terrible. And then trying to translate jokes and things and him not understanding English very well, because I do think he speaks a little, some of it, like from what he's heard on TV and what have you, but not enough to keep up and actually have a conversation in. I cannot get an angle to show you this part, but I'm doing the same thing I'm doing on all sides, which is smoothing out that the worm of foam clay I put around, so it blends in. You know, music. Buzz. Music. There we go. A cursed family heirloom. What? What's a cursed family? Oh, the ADHD. Yeah. Which is funny that I couldn't remember what I was talking about, because that's exactly what I said would happen. I hate being right sometimes. Because when I'm right about something, it's usually not a good thing. Cause trauma! Hello, yes, I'd like you to blend together, please. Kiss. Also, I went back through the VOD of last week sometime. Can't remember. When I showed off all my beards and things. Right? Was that Friday? I think I streamed on Friday. I don't know. Last week. Time ago. I was going through the VOD and I saw some really funny comments that I'd apparently missed when I was putting on the beard with double-sided sticky tape. Which is funny because it's related to the now kiss that I said, because one of the comments, I can't remember if it was you, Lyra, or Max, that said, I think it was you, Lyra, that said have one wear the mustache and the other the beard, and then when you kiss you have a full beard. And then I think it was Max that said, because of the double-sided tape, just kiss someone and then get stuck to them because of the double-sided tape. Redacted day. Yeah. Time ago. This total time blindness is interesting. That's one way to put it, but yeah. It for sure is interesting. I forgot about that. Listen, it's just another day in the brain. God damn it. Dropping hints to them like, hey, you want to complete the set tonight? I mustache away question, but I'll shave that for later. Hey, you wanna go and have a mustache ride? It's okay, it's a handlebar. You can hold on tight. Something like that? I think that's what Mario says to Peach. I'm pretty sure that's classified because, you know, it's Nintendo. And I'm not sure. There's, you know, sometimes when you're only half remembering something, and I'm not sure if it's correct, but I think someone mentioned that Nintendo also owns the right to a adult movie because it featured one or multiple of their characters and they wanted to have all the rights to them or something like that. I don't know, there's this vague part of a fact in my brain. Stop ignoring my emails and answer me, you coward. Not just one, but two. Lyra has the facts here. Okay, give me the fact. Please complete the information that is in my brain. Give me them facts, yo. Disney has actual licensed Rule 34 of Disney. Wow. I'm not surprised because it's probably for the same reason that they didn't actually produce it, but they just want to have the rights to it, so no one else has a right to any of their characters. Because that's what this is about. If you remember correctly, the name of the movies are Super Homeo Bros. They were made in the Horneo. Okay, not home. What? Yeah, Horneo, not Homeo. Okay, it's. I blame my eyesight. But yes. Okay. Wow, that's classy. Early 90s, not 80s. Disney has an entire vault made by the artists themselves. Ah, yeah. Yeah. This is as far as I can show you right now. But again, I'm doing the same thing I've been doing all around. And that's just making that tip that I made blend in with the rest. Not very exciting. But also not as distracting as it was what I did on Saturday. Apparently Disney also sits people down, talks about other people, and down. Wait, apparently Disney also sits people down, talks about other people making part of their characters? But I have seen that like a lot of artists that do the adult type of art, that a lot of those actually get hired by companies because of the fan art that they make and their skill. As you get a job at Disney, they go, be warned, internet is horny or ruin your character. We know because look at this. Look at this shit that these degenerates do. Alright. And they'll be like, bruh, please. Here's my portfolio. Hi, Panda. Internet horny? Never. Look at the shits these degenerates make of our. Look at the shit these degenerates make of our character. Oh, sweet. I didn't know you were a fan. Yeah, exactly. Bruh. Why are you showing me my own portfolio? This is why you hired me, remember? Thank you for the shout out for Panda. Hey, good bean, how are ya? Oh, I didn't adjust that yet. I know you gave me the new coordinates, but I've not adjusted that yet. Oopsie. Good, you ordered. Ooh, ordered in some breakfast. Nice. I'm tired. I'm okay. I'm just really tired because I thought I had group therapy this morning, so slept poorly because I always do before therapy. Rushed and did all the bits and pieces that I had to do, and then came at the location and got told no. That's in 2 weeks. Because apparently I'd remembered correctly that we're shifting a week, but instead of doing 2 weeks in a row, they're gonna skip a session, so there's no therapy for 2 weeks. Yay! But yeah, all the plans I made. I don't do well with change, and change of plans just is exhausting because there's so much mental preparation that goes into appointments like that. And then from one moment to the other, all of those plans can go in the bin, and then you have to recalculate because this was not part of the options that you had rendered in your brain. This isn't me being an asshole, that's what it's called. But what did, huh? What does that entail? Because breakfast itself is not an edible object. It's the things that make a breakfast that... Huh? I'm confused. Help. There we go. Right, it's sausage, bacon, baked beans, mushrooms, hash brown, potato. Potato scone? Egg, haggis, black pudding, and a roll. Couldn't decide. I'm hungry, so got it all. You got the full Scottish? Ah, do you at least list any of the dishes? Yeah. Exactly. This is my thoughts. Like, it's not me being an asshole. It's just called breakfast. I'm sorry, Panda. I know that you genuinely don't mean.
Oh, I know. Let's go to space.
Potatoes. Oh, okay. Yeah. Also, this is a reminder for all of you in chat or lurking or, you know, appreciate you all hanging out here. Have you had your meds today? Because if you haven't, then this is your reminder. And if you still can, then please take them. And if not, then note down where you need to take your next dose. And check the inventory. Do you need to order some new meds? You have plenty in stock. What's going on there? Because mental health is health. You should treat it as such. There's no shame in needing medication. I'm on several different kinds of medication. For my ADHD and for my depression. And that's okay. Basically potatoes, flour, salt, butter mixed together, form a dough, rolled out to 1 centimeter or half an inch, cut into triangles and cooked on a hot. Oh! Trousers! Hi, Asticon. You came in just as I was reminding everyone to take their meds, but also check the inventory. Still got plenty of meds? Do you need to order some new? And yeah, the camera brightness and angle is not ideal today because it's white foam. My camera doesn't like that. Thank you for the Aztec go thick. Thick! Yeah, what you're describing, potato scones, in Germany they have something similar they call Reifkuchen, but that has onion in it as well, I think. Very tasty. Also, yes. A little birdie in your calendar told you it was someone's birthday today? Not today, but very soon. Yes. Yes! Several people, actually. 3 people that I know have birthdays this week. 2 of them are my partners. On the same day. And the other is a very good bean and dear friend. Making you panic. Checked your calendar. Oh no. Checked again to make sure, and apparently I can't read. It is this week. But not yet. But soon, TM. There we go. I'm trying to adjust the camera so you can continue to see what I'm doing, but that's about how well it's going. Hi. Hello. Yes, it is. On Friday, Lyra. And Kieran as well. Sync up calendars with people. That is the way of polyamory, Panda. You sync your Google calendars. I'm not even joking. You sync up your Google calendars. Right, so let this one done for now, needs to dry. Come on, camera. You can do it, buddy. I believe in you. There we go. Made him a bit more pointy. Letting this dry somewhere. There, perfect. Next. Same idea, adding some pointy bits, using my thumb instead of a screwdriver. My thumbnail. Ta-da! Oh, hi, Roan! Welcome back. I hope you're well. Collecting friends' birthdays like they're infinity stones. Last night your sister told you she uses her calendar to remind her to reply to text messages, and I was like, yeah, interesting. Yeah, I actually know people that put reminders for themselves in the calendar to
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow.
Fantasticon. Thank you for gifting that sub to Rowan. Rowan, enjoy your ad-free viewing. And emotes, there's some new emotes underway. I got a sneaky preview yesterday and they're so good. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. But yeah, I actually know people that put reminders for themselves in their calendar to text people, but also check in with people, because I tweeted it yesterday and we talked about it a little bit on Saturday, that object permanence applies to people too. And it's one of the aspects of ADHD that it's not really talked about, and it feels like a taboo, and people are ashamed of it because people get upset when you when you don't contact them for a while, or but fact of the matter is object permanence applies to people too. And sometimes we get reminded of people on like random moments when you're out shopping and you see something that reminds you of someone. You're like, oh right, yeah, I should really text them, and then you forget about it because you have ADHD and you're in the middle of supermarket, and if you don't make a note, and it's gone. But I can tell you honestly, truthfully, I forget my dad exists most of the time. Not because I think he's dead, but I literally forget he exists. And he feels the same about me. And we're okay with that because that's what it's like to have ADHD. But if you don't have that, then it's really difficult to wrap your head around. And people get upset. But it's something that I feel is not really talked about in the ADHD community, let alone outside of it. And yeah, I feel we should talk about it more. Make it no more taboo and just create some understanding for it. You're in the middle of cooking earlier, but you're back now. Yay! I hope the cooking went well and you got something tasty. But yeah, it's like on Saturday I felt shame admitting that I forget that my own father exists. It's not that I don't love him. And it's not that he doesn't love me, because we do. But it's literally object permanence. And it doesn't help that because of my childhood, that my dad also has some trauma from, like, that our relationship is a bit, it's not difficult, but it requires, it's a bit awkward, I think, is the best way to describe it. So that doesn't help, obviously. But yeah, I've been trying to send people messages when I think about them. But especially when I see things, sometimes with some of my friends, I communicate exclusively in memes. Or we send each other memes back and forth, and sometimes we'll actually have a conversation. But it's mostly, I found this funny, and I think you'll find this funny too. Or, hey, look, it's you. You know? It's that, like, I don't have S-tier social skills. I know I'm good at faking it, right? Fake it till you make it, mask it, what have you. But I don't have S-tier social skills, and honestly, a lot of the time, I'm just, hello, I'm think of you. One friend, don't know how communicate. You like this? Basically. That's how I do a social. And if I haven't texted you and if I haven't gotten back to you, it's nothing personal. Because most of the time, and I think I speak for myself here, but I think a lot of people with ADHD and other neurospicities can relate. I'm chronically overwhelmed with the world. I am an anxious being. And sometimes I either completely miss a message or forget to reply and then don't have time to reply and then forget to reply again. And by the time I do remember to reply and have the time and space to do so, I'm anxious because it's been so long that it would be really awkward to reply to this text message. But I also cannot just ignore it and talk about something else. And, you know... I don't know if this is relatable content to anyone, but this is a welcome to a peek inside my brain. A lot of people are surprised when I tell them that, because apparently I mask really well, but yeah. Listen, apparently neurotypicals don't have what I call a social database. Neurotypicals apparently don't do the whole conversation tree where you have several options and you have to pick which one is the best one. Because one of them will get you in trouble and then you'll be confused why. You know, like in the video games when you get like 3 options in conversation that you can choose? Yeah, it's like that. I have one of those in my brain. There's a whole database attached to it. And sometimes I hear someone say something, or I witness a conversation and I'm like, ooh, putting that in the database. See, that's a good one. Saving that one for later. Be overjoyed remembering the existence of certain people is amazing. Yes, that too, Rowan. Yes, you're absolutely right. And people messaging you first is incredible. Yeah, it means so much, especially with social anxiety. You're like, oh my god, am I not being too much? Am I not being too clingy? Because I sometimes feel like I'm too much, like I'm too clingy. And then I just go from 5 messages a day to not messaging for 5 days or something. Whenever you're buying things, you forget your mom exists. Like, you'll get something for you and your sister, but after you come home, you're, oh, yeah, but she doesn't couldn't consider what you want. It's a mood. You think it's something a lot of people experience but are too ashamed to talk about? Yeah, I think so too, Lyra. Wait, they don't do that? Apparently, there's people that don't have the social tree, like the social dialogue options in the game, and they don't have a database of social interactions sorted into tables of occasions and emotions, and also that same database for me has a whole range of tables with body language, facial micro expressions, micro movements of the body, which indicate to me what emotion they might be feeling, or several of them. That database is a bit skewed because trauma, but you know, it's still a database and it's still there. Quick question, does anyone else randomly come up with conversation topics and starts to bring them up whenever they feel appropriate to use? Yeah, in that same social database is also a table of appropriate topics for small talk. Which is difficult because small talk feels, I don't know. I don't like small talk. I like to talk about the world and the universe and everything, and big, deep conversations, and that's what I love. And some of the things I don't know a lot about. And that's okay, because I can also enjoy listening about those topics, and then having people geek out about their special interest or their favorite subject is beautiful. But yeah, there's a database of small talk, and oh god, there's, you know how sometimes you get a core memory out of something that shouldn't really be that much of a big deal, but it's a core memory anyway. One of those is about me attempting small talk with one of my colleagues, who had found my Instagram at the time. I was really fascinated with like how creative I was and all the things I made, and so, you know, politely said thank you and then asked, so what are your hobbies? Which, in hindsight, still is a perfectly normal follow-up question for that kind of conversation. And she got really quiet. And I thought, oh god, have I said something inappropriate? Have I asked something weird? Have I upset my colleague? Have I upset this person? And then she said, I don't know. I guess my hobbies are taking care of my husband and children. And I just thought, you poor soul. In the butterfly interpretation of chaos theory, your mind is controlled by fucking Mothra. So hi. Hi, poor price. Girlie had a mini crisis like, what are my hobbies? Yeah, apparently. Like in hindsight, like I said, it's a perfectly normal question to have, a perfectly normal follow-up question to that kind of conversation, but yeah. Yeah, I think there was a minor realization there. Yeah. And then I thought, that is my version of hell you're describing right there. But oh well. Just because it's not for me doesn't mean that it's not allowed to be for anyone else, you know? But yeah, I just feel like I think it's healthy to have things that only you enjoy and you don't necessarily enjoy with others. You know, for some individuality. There we go. Also, speaking of hobbies and things you enjoy, thanks to both Asticon and 100 duck-sized horses, I plunged myself back into RimWorld. And I'm trying to be real careful to not get absorbed in it. Because, boy! Yeah. Thankfully, I have plenty of offline hobbies that I'm now currently also showing online, that I can plunge myself into. Because I wanted to go to bed at a reasonable hour yesterday, so I did in fact close down the game. Because I thought I had group therapy in the morning, and like, we're gonna go to bed on time, and then it was still 1 a.m. before I went to bed because I kept working on these! Ta-da! Very tempted to start rimming again. Asticon Ducks and Rory are horrible influence. I love them for it. Yeah, I want War Crime Wednesdays. Or Thought Crime Thursdays. I'm sure we can figure out another title for other days of the week, but Sherp, Rubby, Rory playing some more RimWorld would be fantastic, because she does the kind of playthrough that I would not be able to do because moral compass. I struggle with that even in games. So it's very entertaining to watch someone else who does not struggle with that and has a colony of cannibalistic cat people. You know? You ever have moments where you answer someone's question and they just stare back at you? Yeah. 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 Yeah, because sometimes people don't actually want to know how you are. They just want the socially acceptable answer of, yeah, I'm well, how are you? Even though you're not well, you've not been well for a long time, they don't want to actually know. Apparently. Even though I am a firm believer of don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to. Join the Rim train? Excuse me? Oh, wow, those are some spicy title ideas for a stream there, lovelies. Gonna be honest, after like 2.5 years of seeing her play Rim, really gotten way too used to war crimes and cannibalism. It's just, it's a brand, and I think she permanently uses the cannibal tag on her stream now, because it's just a meme. I mean, I do like eating people, just not like that. If you know what I mean. Hey, okay. Desensitized. Oh yeah, that guy raided the colony and now we're harvesting his organs. Seems reasonable. Your favorite war crime will always be Red Cross is harmless, huh? I'm having a dummy moment here. Huh? Me any day. I mean, what? Huh?
What you doing?
Thank you for the follow. I'm always I'm always a little not ashamed, just oh boy, when someone follows when we're having this kind of conversations. But to be fair, when are we not having this kind of conversations? You know, when we're having serious topics, that's when. But yeah. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Welcome on in, friend. Watch me play with foam clay, creating things and also talking about cannibalism, apparently. One time a guy from college asked you what you like doing, so you listed some of your hobbies, like biology and Greek mythology, and the motherfucker just stared back at me and asked, so what do you even do all day? Bitch, listen. Listen. Are you even neurospicy if you don't do Wikipedia deep dives every now and then? Going down the wiki rabbit hole? Come on. Yeah. Not everyone's our kind of people, Lyra, and that's okay. This one clearly was not. Fuck do you mean, what do we do all day? Just told you! Yes. Medical symbol of a red cross on white background is protected usage under the Geneva Convention. Apparently Stardew and Among Us got in trouble for using it. Oh. I did see a campaign on Twitter urging people to honor the laws of war in war games as well. You're at a point where you've completely given up on blending in with NTs. Same, bestie. Same. Honestly, the panini cost a lot of shit, right? But it also made me realize that I am not bad in social situations. I've just been surrounding myself with the wrong people. And I have found my kind of people. I mean, if it wasn't for the pandemic, I never would have done streaming. I never would have met any of you. But, like, things that some people don't understand is that spending quality time with someone can also be simply existing together. Just being in the same space, doing your own thing, and just enjoying the company and not having to fill the silence with talks and I'm so happy that I found people that understand that and value that as well. Yeah, it's great. Like, genuinely. You miss your deep dive times. You can always go back. It's never too late to okay, hang on. Time-wise, sometimes it is in fact too late to start a Wikipedia deep dive. I don't mean on the short-term type of too late. I mean at any point in your life you can have a Wikipedia deep dive. Do it. Knowledge. Who says you have to wait by the door so you don't? Yes. Go wait for your food. I did not know that the sun weighs that much, but also that is a large number that my brain cannot comprehend. Like, I've no clue what that... It's a lot, but... Sound like it, but it's not as dense as the audacity of a neurotypical. Ayo. Got him. Your brain's too mush to want them. Not a complete social outcast that needs to change everything about them, blend in with the others. Huh? You just feel guilty that you're reading things you want to rather than need to? Panda? Sweetie. Please. Your brain needs to relax as well. Your brain needs those happy chemicals. And we all know, I think every single one, every single person, every single creature here can relate to the fact that happy chemicals are kind of hard to come by. So get them. Get them where you can, consensually. You know? Deep dive might be too late in cases like, what are signs of oxygen or how long can a human survive underwater? Yeah, but then, you know, there's a time and a place. You know? Need to lurk. Video you mentioned other chat. Oh yeah, no worry. Go swing that sword, my love. Do it. You're all good. ADHD loves running on novelty and what interests you in that particular moment. Yes. Relaxing and procrastinating aren't the same. Relaxing is for future me. Listen. I'm gonna do some real talk here, and I know that you know this. Let me preface with that. But when my mother passed away when I was 20, I didn't have time for those emotions. I didn't have time to grieve because my dad and my brother couldn't take care of themselves, so I took care of them. 2 years later, literally 2 years later, because it was on the day of my mother's passing, you know, 2 years later, I had a car accident because I was not taking care of myself. It was all for future me. I didn't need to. I was working 20, 30 hours next to a full-time education. I didn't have time to relax. I didn't have time for that. And then I crashed. And then I had a burnout. But I didn't have time for that because I had to finish school, because then when I finished school, I could get a job and I could work full-time and I could make money, right? And then you get the money to do all the fun things you want to do, and then you'll have the time. Q to almost 11 years later. At the start of the pandemic, I crashed, burnout, was forced to go home, try to work part-time, but crashed so hard that I couldn't, because my body and my brain decided for me that it was enough. That I had postponed the relaxing, that I had postponed the the fun times, the recreation, the taking care of myself for too long. And now I didn't have a choice. And that is when my whole trajectory of several different therapies and things started. And now I'm 31. I'm on full-time disability funding because I'm unable to have a job. I don't have the energy, I don't have the brain capacity, because I cannot read more than one paragraph of information, because by the time I'm at the end of the page, I've forgotten what was in there. I cannot read books or things anymore. So I don't like telling you what to do. But I would like to ask everyone to please learn from my mistakes and don't do what I did. Because the longer you postpone it, the longer it's going to take to heal. The longer you crash and burn, and honestly, I'm going to have permanent damage from this. I will never be able to have a full-time job again. Because I won't have the capacity. Even with all my therapy and things, and I've been making some major improvements, like quality of life for myself, etc. But yeah, take care of your brain. Mental health is health. And you need it to survive and be healthy and be happy. It's important. So yeah, that's the end of my wisdom ranting serious talk here, and let's get back to some more lightheartedness and jokes and fun and talks and shit. But yeah, I do think it's important to share this as well. Do I need a step ladder? Because you need one to give Panda a forehead kiss. Do I have a step ladder? No, but I can, like, if you get onto my shoulders, then I think with the two of us we should be tall enough. Never mind, I'm gonna give both of you a forehead kiss. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for still being here. And for being my friend. Yes. Forehead kisses or head pats, please. Yeah. Right. Last spiky bit on this one. And then yeah, shit, these will have to dry. Yeah, my whole day has gone to shit. My whole planning has gone in the bin. So I'm figuring out what the fuck I'm actually, you know what? These, I thought they might need some more sanding, but I think I kind of like them like this. Because they're not perfect, and that's great. Sorry for the hard record scratches next soundtrack sometimes, but some of these songs really get on my nerves. And that's not good when you're trying to do a stream. So I just skip them. Yeah. But what I want to do with these antlers to finish this project, it'll have to dry because I'm adding more foam clay, which needs 24 to 48 hours to completely dry out. And then I'll sand them again off stream because I mentioned this earlier, but it's okay. I'll mention it again because it's important. Because this needs to be done in a the dust that comes off of this is not great. It's not great. So I'll be wearing a respirator and doing that inside this. It's not a cabinet. It's just it's you know, one of those clear storage boxes that you get. I got one of those. I drilled a hole in it so that my the little desk fan thing can fit in it and suck the dust and the air out of there. And then I sand it inside that I'll sand it inside that storage box thing. Because it works. But yeah, it's difficult to get that under an angle that you guys will be able to see. When and it also still being safe for me. So that's why I do that off stream. You're not missing out much. I promise. Fume box is better than no fume box. Yeah, DIY fume box basically. I do. So the desk fan thing that I have has several filters in it, including a carbon filter, a cloth, a dust filter, and a HEPA filter. I'm not sure how to pronounce that in Dutch. In Dutch we call it HEPA because that's just what the abbreviation would sound like if it was a word. So I guess HEPA filter? You know, the ones that do the really tiny particles and allergens and stuff as well. So I did invest in a proper fan for it, but I just made the box out of a clear storage box. It's right here. Oh. It's too big, chat. It's too big. I can't show you, it's too big. I had this in my mouth because I didn't know where else to put it. In before someone calls it a mood. I see you. Also, feel free to quote anything, basically. I already said it live on the internet, might as well. St. Bath. Spending entire point panic setting, and a few days after that I had to immediately pick one or two options for a bachelor's degree. That sounds like a lot of pressure on in a very short time frame. After a few months of sensory hell, waking up 8:30. No, cannot do classrooms anymore. At least not for I've always struggled with theoretical knowledge. To be fair, it's not how I learn things. I learn things by doing them, and by understanding the connections between things. And yeah, that involves some theory, but like, don't just give me the dry knowledge. Explain to me why, because that's where my brain makes the connections, and that's how I learn. That's how I understand things. Early 20-somethings. Spent another month and a half panic studying for an exam. Come March, months where I practically did nothing except spiral. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, one of my dear friends says that they never take time off because every time they take time off, they get sick. I'm like, yes, sweetie, that's your body telling you you need to do this more often, not less. But yeah. Your body and brain are trying to tell you something, please. Please listen. And like in April, you learned your next exam. Oh, it's been panic studying again? Yeah, that's not healthy, love. That's why I haven't been going to class a lot. Hello, welcome on in, Raiders. How was your stream? What were you doing? Ooh, some makers and crafting. Teddy bear artist from Germany. Oh, that sounds really cool. Is that what you were doing today as well? Hi, welcome on in. So, hi, Raiders. I am Finley. My pronouns are they, them, but I will also accept he, him. And today I'm making antlers for a faun cosplay. And I'm using foam clay, which is a very interesting substance. But also, if you need to go and take care of yourself, grab some hydration, grab a snack, get up, stretch. Don't forget medication if you take it, or vitamins, supplements, what have you. And that goes for anyone in chat. If you've been hanging out here for a bit, if you came with the raid or not, it's all fine. Go take care of yourself. Because we've been talking about how important it is to actually listen to your brain and body and take care of yourself, and how I did not do that for 10 years and I'm now crashed and burned. From Creek to a kindergarten, go do that. No worries. No worries, thank you so much for bringing your people over. It's not healthy, but I guess just have to deal with it until I finish a degree or fail. 2 more years, yeah. Yeah. I understand that it's also hard to get out of the situation that you're in. Thank you, you're so kind. Have a great stream. Thank you so much. Yeah, one note, for all the raiders, you might have seen it in my title and also in my rules. I am an 18+ stream because we do cover sometimes heavy topics, but yeah, I'm also degenerate and I really don't want to fight your mom, okay? So just don't tell me your age. Thing it's you've been telling yourself, don't make me return the forehead kiss. Come say that to my face, you coward. I would win. But I don't want to fight your mom. I don't want to fight your mom. Why though? Okay, speaking of getting up, having a stretch, and all of that stuff, I am also going to figure out where the fuck to put this thing down. And, you know, having a quick bio break and following my own advice to get up and stretch and hydrate and all that stuff. I'll see you guys in a bit. Hi, there we go. I return. It's okay, it's fine. I just make sounds sometimes. Nobody panic! Where the fuck do I put these? There we go. Yeah, so these all have to dry. And then I have these. One of them is clearly bigger than the other, which is why I call these the prototype, but also, yeah, I kind of like him because nature is not perfectly symmetrical. How tall are you compared to Rory? I'm 5'6" or 168 centimeters, according to my passport. However, when I actually stand up straight and don't slouch, I think I would have to add another inch to that. At least. My name is a lie. And most of you know this. So this is good sensory things. I have words sometimes. Do I There's an ad starting in about 2 minutes. So what I'll do, I'll go set up for airbrushing, so you guys don't actually miss anything. I'm sure adding inches isn't too difficult. Listen, I swear I'm not a size queen, okay? Right, so yeah, that's what I'll do. You just hang out here while I
There's a
set
star.
up for the
There's another one.
airbrush.
Star. 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 Star.
Also, that's you, chat. You're all stars. There we go. Hi. I return. Let's see. Can I angle? I can. Look at that. Look at me almost being a pro streamer. Who'd have thunk it? Now, I've not used my airbrush on stream. I've not used my airbrush close to my microphone or in my setup before. So, I don't know if this is loud or not. But thankfully, we're not at the airbrushing part yet. Because first I need to prime this bitch. Also, hello, are you still there? Is this thing still on? Because I've had some internet problems. I've had some connection problems that I'm not too happy about. So yeah, it is, yeah, I can hear you. Thanks. Thanks, appreciate you. I forgot a thing, chat, and I have no clue where I put it. Okay, plan B. Plan B involves toothpicks. Where did I put those? Shut up, Chad. I'm organized. Fuck it. I've got a plan. Bear with me. There. So these came with these things. Hang on. They came with the things that I sometimes use for my background. The Galaxy tapestry thing. Tapestry. The cloth you put on the wall. That I'm not actually using it for because I had a different solution. But this is all foam, so I can just stick these on. And then hold this part and then still be able to paint everything, but also put them down to dry. I'm a genius, chat. There we go. Ta-da! Let me give you a little zoom in. Oh, zoom in. And hands. Camera, why are you like this? My hands are here, it's fine. Okay, cool. So.
Yeah.
Don't you start. There we go. If you're wondering what's going on, I'm having arguments with thing. But I have different kinds of toothpicks actually. I think that might work better because these are closer to the surface than I thought they would be. And these I can just fill up these. Oh, you can't even see because my camera is a dick. There you go. These 3 holes I can fill back in later. Hi, welcome on in. The Mitsio Customs. Hi, I hope you're well. I'm doing fine, thank you. Trying to figure out how to get everything I want in frame and being able to hold these and use them without painting my fingers. That would be... I mean... I'm not too worried about my fingers, but just when their paint is wet and I want to put them down because I'm not holding them until they're dry. Oh, hell no. Now something to stick them in. Cool. Bucket. Oh no, actually I have a different box that doesn't include my tissues. I do need some colors from this one later to mix, because I think brown, some gray maybe. Not too much yellow. It's actually pretty much burnt umber, so blank. Actually, yes, maybe the yellow instead of... Not the yellow, the... Whatever the fuck this is. Mustard? Probably. To get some highlights in there. Yep. Cool. And otherwise I got different paints that I can mix and also use with the airbrush because I do have thinner. Yes, but that's for later. Box was too strong. Thankfully, I have the tools. Fuck it. I also have plenty more toothpicks. That not go all the way through? Probably not. There. Perf! And I still can't see because that's still a white background. Camera, why? Okay, let's see if it helps if I turn the light on. The screen might go very bright for a second. While it adjusts. Nope. No. Yeah, okay, so I'm getting the dark foam next time. I hope it'll get better once they've been primed, because I'll be using this one once the Mod Podge is on, because first we need to seal the foam. It's interesting how random that picks up on my mic. Because it was a non-stop crunching on my end, but then on my monitor I just heard snippets, which is interesting. But these do I want to thin it? Maybe not. Let's see how it goes if I don't thin it.
quoi ta question?
Oh, actually, this is not working with the toothpick, so fuck it.
Arrête de te foutre de ma gueule.
But you cannot see it, and that makes me a bit sad. But the Mod Podge is going to add texture as well, because it is a bit thick, but this will be perfect because you will see the brush strokes, which is actually a really nice texture detail on it. I'm going to zoom out again because this is not working, and I'm trying to get my camera to, there we go, show you some more darker colors instead of all of the just the white. You can see a little bit of what I'm doing, but I'll just describe it to you. So what I'm doing is dipping a regular ass white white bristle, I guess, flat paintbrush, 1 inch even, into some Mod Podge, and trying to get that all over the foam so it seals, and then also get it in all the small ridges that I sanded into these, and then going over it with my brush to purposely have the brush strokes show on it. Because these are horns, and that's also what occurs naturally. Probably not in the direction I'm using, but then again, it's a little demon lamb, so demons are not real, despite what the ones in your head are telling you. Or for those of you with ADHD and anxiety and adjacent things, you know what I mean. Chat has behaved, yes. Chat's behaved very well. I think a lot of people have taken the opportunity to get up and stretch and hydrate and what have you, but also maybe get some chores done. Adding some texture. And I'll seal the underside once I can touch these again. There we go. I'm trying not to be upset about my camera not capturing it, but I am a little. But it's also because everything is white and it's just struggling.
What you doing?
Thank you for the follow.
I know it sounds silly, dear, but do it for me, please.
Yeah, made these out of foam clay, and I'm now sealing that after it's dried 48 hours roughly, sealing it with Mod Podge before I prime it. And then paint it. I hold it like this. Again, trying to get that in all the crevices and the ridges and things and stuff. Because otherwise the foam will just absorb the paint. It will also slightly absorb the Mod Podge, but that's okay. I do want to add more than one layer to it. And then using my brush to intentionally create these brush strokes and ridges to give it some texture and make it more like actual horn. Don't pay attention to the mod behind the screen. Yeah, exactly. The mod behind the curtain. There, let this dry. Dipping my brush in the water I used earlier to make sure I can still use it later, and close this Mod Podge while this dries. Yeah. I'd hope to be able to I'd hope to be able to paint the antlers today. I really wanted to, but also I really wanted to add some more detail to it. With the foam clay, which means that it'll need to dry another 24 to 48 hours, and I could have... Probably in the past I would have said, fuck it, then you should have added those details first, and but now I'm like, no, I will not be happy with them if I don't. So I added some more detail. There'll be some more streams of the antlers and the painting and stuff and things. So with small projects like these, in particular these horns, Mod Podge or any type of similar PVA glue or sealer is fine, that you can just apply with a brush. You'll see the brush strokes on them, but again, with these, doing that purposely because that'll add the texture. Bigger projects from EVA foam. I've used liquid rubber before, but I'm not a fan. One, because it's the vapors that come off of that stuff is not good for you. You have to do it in a well-ventilated area. I've done it outside before, but it's just such a mess and such a hassle to me, because I don't have a big workshop. I have my craft room, but yeah. So not a fan of that. You can seal it with heat. Not the foam clay though, I think, because I found out the foam clay does react differently to a sheet of EVA foam. Though they stick together really well. Yeah, I need to figure out something else, a different way to seal them in the future. If and when I do another big EVA foam project, which I want to do. because I want to make a Mandalorian helmet, similar to Bo-Katan's, at least one for the night owls. It's for decoration, but also one that fits me just because it's cool. And yeah, so that'll be a bigger EVA foam project, and that's an example of not wanting to have the brush strokes in the sealant, because I feel like the helmet would be smoother. And yes, they do paint their helmets, but in the Star Wars universe, I feel that would be more spray paint than brush on paint. So the brush strokes might be there from the details that are on there, but not over the entire helmet. So that's an example of me having to deep dive again and figure out what else people use, except for that liquid rubber, because I have used it before, and it actually, come to think of it, it doesn't really give that smooth of a surface. It needs several layers, and for me, it also adds a bit of texture to it as well, and then it doesn't come out smooth, and you have to add several layers, and then you fill in part of those details that you so carefully put on your foam. And once you've sealed it, you can't go back and sand it again, because then you have to seal it again. So it's I don't know. There must be a better way. I also realized that oh, this is almost dry. Good. I also realized that I would have to make the red crown for the little lamb. I do have some EVA foam. I have some 3mm thickness, and I have some in 6, almost out of 6mm. For the helmet, I'd have to get some 10mm to have it done properly, and then do the details with 6 and 3. Yeah, this is the way. I was telling Percy yesterday about all the ideas I have for this faun cosplay. And I have several ideas, because it's not just one faun. And the reason I wanted them to be modular, the antlers, is so I can wear it with different wigs and different attributes that are all modular. I will try my hardest to not stick anything to the boots directly, because I'd love to be able to just wear them as is to select events. But also, how cool would it be to have different colors of hooves and different colors of the fur leggings for the faun? You know, over the next whatever, like, years, have it made. But that's just part of it. But the general idea for fawns that I want one that's not going to, like, this one will just be trying out, doing different things, small antlers to begin with. But I would love to have one that has the big, majestic antlers, full with chains and little crystals hanging from it, and very mystic and mysterious, probably have some sort of flower crown to go with that. That kind of idea. I'd love to have one faun that is a warrior, very clearly a warrior. Might have horns instead of antlers, but I mean the antlers could work very well as well. Never mind, same brain cell. I got you. Would be a warrior, and I believe it's the lore of the Kunari in Dragon Age that cover their horns with metal, sometimes dipped in silver or gold, even adorn their horns with that for battle, because who doesn't want steel-tipped horns? Like, that's so fucking cool. So I'd want that for a warrior. And for that warrior, I also want to make a full armor. Hang on. There we go. Full armor that is that looks like it's made out of leather and bark. Mostly bark, basically, like having arm bracers that have the wood details on it as if it's actually made out of wood. Things like that. Still very nature based, but yeah, warrior nonetheless, with bow and arrow. But they're just like general ideas that I have. But for the very mysterious one that I described earlier with the large antlers and the chains and the crystals and thingies, I was thinking making a big staff with a cluster of crystals at the top. Help me going on a small dive of Rhaphides? Huh? I'm having a Thambo moment again. My brain is tired. Yeah, so having one of those big gnarly staves, whatever, magic staff made of the gnarled and twisted wood. Usually, naturally, that would be more like olive wood, because that likes to really twist and curl in the vines. Oliver grape, actually, grapevine. And then ends up in a sort of cup shaped thing at the end. Then out of that will sprout crystals. Now, what would be really cool is if I use that staff as an excuse to finally get into using an Arduino and programming and adding electronics to my props. Because I can make those crystals out of resin, but what if I added LEDs to them and some sort of mechanism to trigger that Arduino and have the crystal change color and stuff like that. That would be really cool. I have so many ideas. Ah yes, the Scotsman's going to buy some iron brew. Good luck on your quest, Panda. Walking stick with a gem. Historically, ones were made of bastock. What type of plant is that? Because that literally means Easter branch, which are the small curled branches that people have in their home to decorate. over Easter, but we don't do that, so I have no clue what kind of plant that is. Oh! Yes. Hazelnuts. I don't know what the but yeah, that does have the branches like I was describing for that. Yes. Oh god. But yeah, that would finally give me an excuse to get into an Arduino and the programming and stuff and things, and you get to watch me swear as I try to solder stuff together and then program the bloody thing to do what I want. And Corylus aveliana contorta. Contorta means contortion, twisted, turned. Yeah. European filbert, European hazelnut, or cob nut. A what? What's a cob nut? Confused about these nuts, but yeah, okay. I had to, chat. Come on, you've been here long enough. Yeah. So, let's see how this one's doing. I'm holding it really close to my face right now so I can actually see what parts need some extra sealant, apart from the bottom, because the bottom needs some sealant too. Otherwise that'll just absorb the, whatchamacallit? Spirit gum. But you want to stick it to your face. Hi, Utina! Hi! Did that get you out of lurk there, love? I hope you're well. You want the Dutch translation for these nuts? Deze noten. Not as, doesn't roll off the tongue as quickly as these nuts, but deze noten. And fun fact, noten means nuts, but also music notes. It's in musical notes. Noten. Muzieknoten. Because Dutch is wild. There you go, chat. Bet you didn't know that. Rave, hi, doesn't roll off the tongue as quickly as these nuts. Okay then. What a wonderful time to come in there, Rave. Hi, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Utina redeemed a Dutch word, please. So the Dutch word was these nuts, which in Dutch is deze noten. So yeah, there you go. You did learn today, chat. Proud of you. Mod poll. Okay, Astcon, what do you want the poll to be about? One of my mods could start a poll. If not, I'll do it myself. You want some more coas in here? I see. I don't know. Mod's choice then. I think only Sen is in today. Makes more sense. Good, thanks. You're doing good. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you. And a nut for Nikki. Oh. Well, Nikki's not with me here right now, but... I'm sure... What, me? There's a request for a poll of some kind. I don't know. Coas. Never all lies? Okay. Well, could you do me a solid and decide on... or chat if you have suggestions what you want the poll to be about. But also, Roan redeemed a nut for Nick. Ah, you're all a bunch of brats. Thank you for the sips. And the posture check. Excellent. So, a poll. Yes, 8 yellow potato. And potato is not with a cap, is not capitalized, but yellow and yes are. And it's an, oh, no, that's not an 8. Is that an S? I need to get my eyes checked. Ugh. It is an 8. Oh, Jesus H. Christ. The H in Jesus H. Christ stands for holy butts. Eight isn't capitalized. What is... Oh, there we go. Chaos. Well, then, but... Potato. Potato. Jesus, holy butts, Christ. Yes. Where's it? I need a sound clip of Asticon going 6,000 potatoes. But I don't have a voice mod or anything like that, so you just have to. I do all my own stunts. Also, lol news. Oh god, here we go. So, little context for the rest of you. Asticon plays RimWorld on stream currently as well. But I've told him it's my version of reality show, so I get updates regularly on the colony, and also him and Dux are to blame for me giving the game another go. But the child has yet to perish. That's good. He recently had a lesson on melee combat from Fee, who showed her how to wield an axe and how to parry an axe. Nice. Fee is precious. We stand Fee. Yes. But yeah, I've started a colony myself as well. Yesterday or the day before, I cannot remember. But I've thrown in many mods. Bean is an adorable bean doctor, not a barbarian. But the child might be. We don't know. We just know that the child is gay. Or have they got more traits? Or is it just... Gay and wielding an axe. That sounds about right. I mean, the gay agenda is fully booked. Gay and good with an axe, standard. Yeah. In before they learn to dual wield. Right. Just one side left. That's the sealant on the bottom. There. Oh, yeah. You use character editor? It did, but it wasn't capitalized like that. I just okay. This bothers me. Wait, what did you change her name to? Because so the game, first off, when Asticon started this colony, he didn't have any of the DLCs, right? And this child we're speaking of is the child of Rimworld Finn. And I am not responsible for any of Rimworld Finn's actions at all. Because I do not want children, no thanks. But in-game Finn apparently did and was very happy, and then yeah, with that happened with the DLCs, and then the birth went terribly because there was no end. There was no end. It was bugged. So that had to be fixed in developer mode. And then baby Dade was born. Not Dave, but Dade. And all we know about Dade is that she's gay, because that's the only trait the game has given her so far. And then baby grew into a child, and the game decided that because in Rimworld you have a name and you have a nickname, that baby Dade was still baby Dade. Baby first name, Dade last name, and the nickname is Madam. Baby Madam Dade. So yes, son. I did not inform Asticon on the Stardew baby, but congrats, it's a Dave. But what did you fix it? What did you? But also the second child that should there be a second child in Stardew will be not Dave. Yes, because you can only have 2 child in Stardew. So we'll have Dave and not Dave. That reminds me. Oh god. So actual story. I'll have to do some translating because it's the names are in Dutch. But an acquaintance of ours works on the ICU for newborns, And there's some interesting stories coming from it. And this, there were twins coming into the intensive care unit, and one of them was named Britt. The other was named Brittany. But "ni" or "neat," if you pronounce the last letter, means not. So one was Brit, and the other was not Brit. Brit and Brittany. Yeah, actual real life story. Brit and Brit not. Yeah, basically. Yeah. No, no problem here. Yeah, that's yeah. A choice is what that is. Yeah. That is a choice indeed. Right. I know I set everything up for the airbrush, but I'm noticing that I'm struggling with my eyesight more than I thought, because I could not tell the difference between an 8 and an S on screen earlier. It's probably because my brain is tired, because change of plans. My brain does not do well with change. So I'm tired. So I'm gonna drop you over somewhere else. How about that? As long as I can tell the difference between a capital D and a lowercase s. How do you mean? I am the capital S. Yeah, I don't understand what you mean. Not many friends on today. You know what? They rated us yesterday, and they're on now doing some crafty bits and pieces. So you know what? That looks really cool. Warhammer armor? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go say hi to Sunkoi Cosplay. If you're not in the raid at the top of chat, refresh the page or grab one of the raid messages, hop over in the link, but please wait for us to pile in. You can grab raid text of choice, subscriber and non-subscriber, the one that you have on your clipboard because it's funny. As most of you are aware, I do not have a schedule.
I know.
Space.
I know.
Yes.
Wait. I know. Wait, I know. Wait. Space.
Space. Yes. Right. So, I don't know when I'll be back. Keep an eye on the Discord. Keep an eye on the Twitter. I will be working on these antlers probably some more this week. when they fully cure it and stuff. So, take care of yourselves. Take care of your spoons, and I'll see you around on the realms of Twitch, alright? See ya. Love you, bye!